Well, good evening and welcome back to Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. Loyola Sacred Heart. Second game of the doubleheader is featuring the Bigfork Vikings taking on the Loyola Rams. Bigfork in their light blue, powder blue with gray trim, and Loyola in their whites with a little bit of blue trim. This is James LaFontaine, voice of the Vikes, the Vals, with you from Loyola, Missoula, Montana for this ball game. Both teams come in undefeated. Bigfork beat Anaconda on their home floor and pretty much have been untested this year. The defending state champions, the Vikings. Colt Thorne is out today, still for the Valkyries, or excuse me, for the Vikings. I just got done with the Valkyries game. I know I do that at least one time. But the rest of the usual suspects will be playing tonight on a senior-laden Bigfork Vikings team, trying to defend. Everybody going to give their best shot, especially a good rivalry they have with Loyola and the Rams. The last time these two teams faced was, if you remember, was the regional championship last year in Ronan, Montana, where Bigfork handily defeated Loyola and moved on to win the state championship in Missoula at the University of Montana. All right, 406-270-7384. Let me know if you can hear me out there. I told you I'd be back. Those of you that listen to the Valkyrie ball game, I'd be back with the Vikings ball game. Make sure that we're streaming that. You're connected up. I'll give you the starting lineups. First of all, for Loyola Sacred Heart, the Rams, a 6'4" guard forward senior, number 1, Jack Lincoln. Loyola is senior ridden as well. Some juniors mixed in. 6'3" forward senior, number 2, Ryan Terrell, the commit to the University of Montana at running back. Number 5, Jacob Hollenbeck, a 5'10" guard senior. Charles Burns at 6'1", a senior guard, number 11. And at 6'5" forward senior, number 15, Cooper Waters for Loyola, led by head coach Eddie Stack, assisted by Brian Burns and Aaron Ward and Justin Anderson. That's your lineup for Loyola. So the lineup for the Vikings tonight, 5'10" senior guard, number 0, Anders Epperly. 6'2" guard, senior, Clayton Reichenbach, number 1. Also a 6'2" playing forward, senior, number 3, Colton Reichenbach. At guard, 5'11", senior, number 10, Randy Stoltz. And at forward, at 6'4", the senior, number 30, Logan Gilliard. And as Gilliard goes, usually the Vikings go. Him along with Epperly leading the team in scoring this year. For head coach Sam Tudor, assisted by Joe Pitts and Jim Epperly. Well, we're ready to about 3 minutes till tip-off here from the Sister Rita Mudd Activities Center, where Loyola, the Rams, and the Breakers play their ball games. We'll be back momentarily with the tip-off between the Vikings and the Rams from Loyola. Once again, welcome back to Loyola Sister Rita Mid Activity Center. And tonight's battle featuring the Bigfork Vikings, unbeaten on the season. And also the Loyola Rams, who also are unbeaten. Our sponsors for this ball game, Bigfork Harvest Foods, Marcus Balgos and friends up there in Bigfork. Make sure you check that out. Also brought to you by His Biz, Paint and Renovate, Hoagie Hogan, out of Summers, Montana. His Biz specializes in paint and renovate of exterior, interior, both residential and commercial projects. And His Biz also does snow removal. So contact His Biz at www.hisbiz.us or 270-1998. You're looking for some snow plowing, especially due this winter, or some renovation project on your house. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's ball game. Allows us to bring this broadcast to you from Loyola, Montana, Missoula, Montana, and Loyola High School. It is the Vikings getting ready to take on the Loyola Rams. This should be a heck of a ball game. Both teams unbeaten and ready to play tonight. So I think they won't do the anthem again, but they'll do the starting lineups. We'll set that momentarily. You guys follow this. We've been battling Loyola for the last few years. They got us on the football field. Since we moved back to Class B, we got them in the first round in 2010 when we won the state championship. But pretty tough battles on the football field, and Bigfork's pretty much taken care of Loyola in basketball the last few years. So Eddie Stack looking forward to this ball game. When I talked to him earlier, a little early in the season, it's going to count when we come to February, but this is a big game here to start early in the season with only about 4 games in. And the Vikings are 4-0 on the season, and the Rams are 4-0 as well. Introducing Logan Gilliard, an all-state linebacker and center for the Vikings football team, and also an all-state basketball on their state championship last year. Randy Stoltz, all-state at running back. The twins, Colton and Clayton Rockenbach. Colton introduced here, part of their state championship team, as well as Clayton Reichenbach, number 1. Very athletic, long arms, and play tough defense. And then Epperly, the senior guard, the all 4-year starting guard for the Vikings. He makes the show run for Bigfork. They've been playing together for, since they were knee-high. So 406-270-7384. Let me know that you're listening out there. Out there, Jimmy Fant. I'm not sure if you're tuning in tonight. Get this ball game. I didn't text you. The Rams getting introduced here as well. So Loyola getting so Hollenbeck, Terrell, Lincoln, Waters, and Charles Byrne, all seniors, starting for Loyola. Same with Bigfork, all seniors tonight, so they play together a lot, so this should be a good battle. On the SWX TV, if you have that, you can watch along or you could just listen. 406 270-7384. Get ready for the tip-off. It'll be Colton Reichenbach jumping it up against Cooper Waters, a 6'5" forward. And stolen away by Randy Stoltz on the tip. Gives it to Epperle in the backcourt. Here we go. Epperle across the timeline. Over to Logan Gilliard on the right side. Anders Epperle underneath looks to take him downstairs off the backboard and good. 2 points for Epperle as he backs down Charles Burns and shoots over the top of him. Into Burns to Hollenbeck. Back up Burns. Hollenbeck with the basketball all the way up to Cooper Waters. On the drive is Lincoln. Lincoln misses the basket, rebounded by Colton Reichenbach. Epperle drives it up the court quick and fast. Off the backboard goes Epperle, no good. Rebounded by Hollenbeck, and all the way to the basket. Charles Byrne, and rejected by Colton Reichenbach. They're going to call a foul on him. And that'll send Burns to the line to shoot 2. Jimmy Fant, shout out to him, listening all the way down from Georgia. First shot on the way by Burns is good for Loyola. First foul on Colton, first team foul, 7:18 to go here, first quarter. Rebound by Logan Gilliard on the missed free throw by Burns. 2-1 Vikings lead on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Epperle with the basketball across the timeline in the corner, knocked away there by Terrell. And it'll be Bigfork basketball on the far side. Colton Reichenbach to inbound for Bigfork. Finds in the corner, Clayton Reichenbach underneath to Logan Gilliard. Gilliard turnaround jumper, good for the Vikings. Four to 1, Bigfork lead. There's a foul on the shot. And catches, who got that foul? Hollenbeck drives up the court, loses it out of bounds off of Colton Reichenbach. And they didn't update the, it looked like foul was on number 15, Cooper Waters. Jack Lincoln off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Gilliard up to Epperle. Epperle across the timeline, gives it to Stoltz left side. Stoltz looking underneath, they're cutting through. Logan Gilliard over the middle. Gilliard's jump shot for the free throw line is good for 2 for Logan Gilliard. 6-1, the Vikings lead with 6:39 and counting. Hollenbeck in the backcourt. Gets it up to Lincoln. Lincoln on the left side. Up to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck at the top of the key. Over to Burns. Burns in the corner to Cooper Waters. Waters just throws it away down the court. That is going to be an over-back violation called on Loyola with 6:20 to go here in the first quarter. And the Vikings leading 6-1 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Colton Reichenbach near side, inbound. Looking for Clayton. Clayton in the corner, out to Epperle. Epperle top of the key, guarded by Burns. Epperle over to Stoltz, right side, back to Epperle, top of the key. Epperle looking underneath. Clayton Reichenbach, elbow jumper for the left side, good for 2. Kicked, Hollenbeck drives it in. Waters goes up and rejected by 2 Vikings right there. And one of them they're going to call a foul on. That's going to be the second foul on Colton Reichenbach. Third team foul at the line. Cooper Waters to shoot 2 for Loyola with 5:59 to go on the Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. 8-2, Bigfork leads, and that'll bring in number 15, Brady Thornus for the Vikings, replacing Colton Reichenbach. Second shot on the way by Waters is good. 8-3. Inbounding to Stoltz, to Epperle. Epperle up the left side. Hollenbeck guarding Epperle. Toss the timeline. At the top of the key is Epperle. Epperle with the basketball looking for Gilliard in the corner. Epperle goes to the right side. Going to drive it all the way. Takes Hollenbeck in. Spin move. Up off the backboard. And good by Epperle. A nice spin move on the baseline. 10-3. The Vikings lead. Burns. Over to Terrell. Back to Burns. Burns in the corner. Feeds Waters. Waters shot for 3 on the way. Rebounded by Logan Gilliard over the top. Gives it to Epperle. Epperle looking up the court. Brings it across the timeline, right side, over to Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach looking for Stoltz, cutting across. Stoltz feeds it out to and there's a collision there by Logan Gilliard, looked like football. And Ryan Terrell, and out of bounds to Loyola, no foul called on that. 5:14 to go, 10-3, Vikings lead on your Harvest Food scoreboard, inbound to Lincoln. Lincoln over to Burns. Burns the basketball, being trapped in the backcourt. Over to Lincoln on the right side, up to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck, left side, guarded there by Reichenbach, Clayton that is. Terrell down low, feeds it to Waters. Waters shot up and no good. Brady Thorness try to come up the rebound and collides with Randy Stoltz. And it'll be out of bounds to Loyola with 4:53 to go here in the first quarter. And a shout out to Ed Buttry listening along. Lincoln will take it out underneath on the near side. Looking, feeds it out to Waters. Waters to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck looking for Lincoln underneath. Dribbles it out to the top of the key to set up the play for Loyola. Hollenbeck at the top. Over to Burns, back to Hollenbeck. Over to Jack Lincoln. Lincoln over to Hollenbeck. Or Hollenbeck at the top. Over to Lincoln. Hollenbeck. Burns underneath. Terrell. Terrell trying to drive up. And spin move by Terrell. And for two, inbounded to Epperly, guarded by Hollenbeck. And Epperly will bring it up the court for Bigfork and cross the timeline with 4:17 and counting to go. Epperly feeds it to Brady Thorness. Thorness at the top of the key. Thorness is bumped by number 2, Ryan Terrell, and that'll be a foul on Terrell, his first team foul on Loyola. And Bigfork on the near side will get the basketball out of bounds. Epperly to take it out for Bigfork. Looking for Logan Gilliard. Gilliard up, off the backboard, and good as Epperly feeds Gilliard right to the basket for 2. 12-5, Bigfork leads early. Hollenbeck across the timeline with the basketball. Over to Burns on the left side, back out to Hollenbeck at top of the key. Burns in the corner, looking for Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck thought about shooting the 3, drives in and dumps it off to Terrell. Terrell's jump shot good for 2 for Loyola. And 12-7, Bigfork leads Loyola. 3:39 count, inbound to Clayton Reichenbach to Logan Gilliard. Logan Gilliard steps back across a backcourt violation on Bigfork and turnover to Loyola. Checking the ball game, number 34, Liam Haffey for Loyola. And Waters will go out. Hollenbeck to inbound on the far side in front of the scorers table. Inbound to Burns. Burns will bring it across the timeline, the front court. 3:30 and counting. Over to Lincoln. Lincoln looking underneath at Hollenbeck, camped in the key. Stolen by Gilliard. Gilliard going to drive it up the right side. Drops it off to Epperly, nearly stolen away by Haffey. And Hollenbeck comes up with a steal, drives the lane, does Hollenbeck. A floater is good for 2. And 12-9 with 3:10 to go on the Harvest Food scoreboard. Bigfork leads Loyola. Stoltz up the left side, does it across the timeline. Looking for Epperly, gives it off to Epperly. Hand off on the left side, guarded by Lincoln is Epperly. Epperly screened by Thorness. And Epperly feeds it to Stoltz in the corner. Left corner looking for Thorness. Randy will dribble it out top. And he will give it to Epperly on the handoff. Epperly's going to drive right in, take it right at Haffey. Off the backboard, no good, but Gilliard right with the rebound, puts it back up at 2, 14-9. Bigfork with 2:38 to go here in the first quarter. Hollenbeck with the basketball in the backcourt. Up to Lincoln. Lincoln looking across, back to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck's got to get across the timeline, gets across, back to Lincoln. Lincoln on the drive, and Lincoln. Fouls on number 1, Clayton Reichenbach, his first 4-team foul on Bigfork. And Loyola will get the ball underneath on the far end. They're heading left to right on your dial. And Lincoln will take it out of bounds for Loyola with 2:24 to go. Feeds it in to Burns. Burns out there trapped. Hollenbeck, top of the key, three-point shot on the way is good by Hollenbeck. 14-12, Vikings over the Rams with 2:13 to go on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Epperly with the ball, bringing up the court across the timeline is Epperly. He finds Colton Reichenbach on the right side. Stoltz, top of the key, Gilliard. Feeds it to Clayton Reichenbach to Epperly. Epperly on the drive. And Colton Reichenbach, three-point shot, just short, and no good. Rebounded by Terrell. Hollenbeck up the court, brings it to Lincoln. Lincoln feeds it over, but stolen by Clayton Reichenbach, intended for Haffey. Epperly up to Stoltz. Three-point shot on the way, no good by Epperly. And Colton Reichenbach was tripped up there by Burns. And Hollenbeck has the ball, bringing it across the front court. No love lost between these two teams on the court. Hollenbeck to Terrell, to Haffey. Haffey feeds it out to Burns. Burns on the drive, nearly stolen away by Epperly. Epperly, Hollenbeck gets the basketball. Epperly steals it, feeds it to Clayton Reichenbach, to Stoltz. And up and under, Randy Stoltz for two for the Vikings. 16-12 with 1 to go. Feeds it up, Terrell, player control foul on Ryan Terrell as he goes in, and Logan Gilliard will stand his ground, and Terrell will pick up his, we'll see, that's the second team foul, should be on Loyola, and his second. And Epperly with the basketball with 55 and counting here in the first quarter. Epperly, top of the key, finds Clayton Reichenbach on the right side. Epperly, back off the top. Gilliard running the baseline. Gilliard out to Epperly. Epperly looking underneath, finds Clayton Reichenbach. Clayton Reichenbach, Epperly, over Logan Gilliard. Three-point shot from Gilliard on the way. No good, but Stoltz right there for the putback for two for Bigfork. 18-12, 31 to count, go here in the first quarter. 13, Jacob Job in. Job passes it to Lincoln in the right corner, guarded by Stoltz. Lincoln on the drive, passes it out to Burns. Burns, three-point shot on the way is good. 15 seconds to go. And Epperly with the basketball with 10. The senior point guard knows what to do for Bigfork. Calls out the play with 6 seconds to go. Epperly looking to get a shot. Colton Reichenbach feeds it to Randy Stoltz. Stoltz, three-point shot on the way, no good. 1 quarter in the books, and a heck of a ball game as Loyola's hit a couple big three-pointers to keep themselves in, but the Bigfork Vikings lead 18-15 on your Harvest Foods Bigfork scoreboard. We'll be back with the second quarter momentarily from Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center in Missoula, Montana. All right, second quarter action. It'll be Loyola basketball to start the second quarter. And Jim and Carolyn Stoltz listening from Texas. Hope you click on the right event. And we'll get underway with the second quarter here from Loyola. Burns inbounding to Hollenbeck. Top of the key, over to Burns. Waters, back to Hollenbeck, over to Terrell. Terrell, top of the key to Hollenbeck, over to Burns. Burns, three-point shot on the way is good. That'll tie the ball game at 18. And inbounding to Epperly. Here in the second quarter, we're tied at 18 on the Harvest Food scoreboard. Epperly brings it across the timeline. Over to Brady. Thornus in the corner to Epperly. Epperly looking to drive on Hollenbeck. Takes it up, feeds Stoltz, up and under by Randy Stoltz. And loose ball brought out there by Thorness. Stoltz, top of the key. Surveys things. Gilliard. Thorness. Stoltz. Epperly. Logan Gilliard jump shot on the way off the backboard. And Thorness nearly got it, but out of bounds. Off Bigfork, it'll be Loyola basketball underneath. And returning for Loyola for Terrell is number 34, Liam Haffey. 7:03 to go here to halftime, 18-18. We're tied. Up to Burns. Burns, top of the key for Loyola. Feeds it over to Lincoln. Lincoln, Hollenbeck, top of the key. Looking for Lincoln on the right side. Burns on the right side. Made 2 threes already. Hollenbeck also with a 3. Feeds it down to Haffey. Haffey back out to Burns. Burns across the top to Hollenbeck. He wasn't ready for it, nearly stolen away. Cooper Waters with a jump shot at the free throw line, puts it up and good. And Loyola takes their first lead, 20-18, with 6:20 to go here till halftime. Epperly across the timeline, right side for Bigfork. Top of the key. Thorness over to Clayton Reichenbach. Stoltz, top of the key. Takes it over the right side. Epperly underneath. Logan Gilliard backdoor. 2 for the Vikings. Tie it up at 20 with 5:59 to go. Hollenbeck front court. Over to Lincoln. Lincoln passes it out. Stolen away by Epperly. Epperly. He's got Clayton Reichenbach running the court, and and taken down by Lincoln is Clayton Reichenbach. Check that, number 11. That foul's on Charles Burns on a breakaway by Clayton Reichenbach. And Reichenbach would go to the line to shoot 2 with 5:48 to go here till halftime. First shot up and good by Clayton Reichenbach. Vikes lead 21-20 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Clayton will get one more for Bigfork. Shot up and good as Clayton makes both, and 22-20. Vikings lead. Into Burns to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck, top of the key. Pressured there by Epperly on the left side. And they're trapping down in the corner. Haffey. Haffey looking underneath. Trapped by Gilliard. Gilliard throws it out to Burns. Burns underneath. And stolen away by Logan Gilliard. Strong hands by the big man. Gilliard gives it up to Epperly. Epperly to Stoltz, right side. Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach on the drive. Out to Epperly, top of the key. Epperly to Stoltz. Stoltz three-point shot on the way, no good. And Logan Gilliard tips it out to Stoltz underneath. Brady Thorness takes it up. 2 points for Bigfork as Thorness scores it on a nice pass inside. Burns on the right side to Haffey in the far corner trying to drive on Clayton Reichenbach. Throws it way out to Lincoln. Three-point shot on the way, rebounded by Cooper Waters. His three-point shot was no good. Waters got the rebound as he missed everything and took it back up, and he's fouled on the play. It'll be the first foul on Brady Thorness and the 15th foul on Bigfork with 4:53 to go here till halftime. Cooper Waters makes the first one. 24-21 Vikings lead on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Waters will get another. His shot is up the rim, but Haffey gets the rebound, throws it out to Lincoln. Lincoln misses everything. Rebound by Gilliard off the backboard, gives it up to Epperly. Epperly will bring it across the timeline. In the corner, Clayton Reichenbach, three-point shot. And rebounded out of bounds off Bigfork. It'll be Loyola basketball underneath. Lincoln into Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck bringing it up across the timeline for Loyola. Takes it over the left side, throws it to Burns in the corner. Burns guarded by Gilliard. Thrown out to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck looking to drive, guarded by Epperly. Tipped away by Epperly and out of bounds. It'll remain Loyola basketball underneath with 4:20 to go. And the Vikings leading 24-21 here from the Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. Lincoln inbounds to Burns. Burns Out to Hollenbeck. Back to Lincoln. Lincoln looking to drive. Looked like he traveled. Clayton Reichenbach with the rebound. Gives it to Epperly. Epperly across the timeline. Gives it to Stoltz. Stoltz underneath to Gilliard. Gilliard looking to turn around. Throws it out to Epperly. Clayton Reichenbach underneath to Thornus. Thornus jump stop. Move. Takes it up too hard and misses it. Lincoln with the basketball, dribbling all the way up the court, stolen away by Logan Gilliard. Feeds Epperly. Epperly going to take it up and scores it with the left hand, and he's fouled on the play by Hollenbeck. Nice move by Epperly. He dribbles with the right hand, takes it in, shifts it to the left at the last minute, lays it off the backboard, and he'll go to the line to shoot the N1, as that's the first foul on Jacob Hollenbeck and the 14th foul on Loyola. And the Vikings lead 26-21, 3:50 to go till halftime. Epperly, free throw on the way, completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and we'll have a timeout from the Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. A 30-second timeout called by Loyola, with the Vikings leading 27-21. Once again, James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of Vals, glad to be here with you from Missoula, Montana, and Loyola Sacred Heart, where they play their basketball games. And the second game of the doubleheader tonight. And the Vikings leading 27-21 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. A much anticipated match. 406-270, shout out, text me, let me know that you're listening. You're getting this ball game on the Vikings Network, BFSD events on YouTube, the Vikings and Valkyries Network. Inbounded to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck dribbling up in the backcourt, surveying things. Going to bring it across the timeline. Over to Lincoln, right side. Lincoln looking. Back to Hollenbeck, left side. To Lincoln. Lincoln looking to pass. Gives it to Hollenbeck. Burns, right corner. Hollenbeck, jumper. Misses everything. Clayton with the rebound. Gives it up to Epperly. Epperly feeds it up to Logan Gilliard. Gilliard looking for the spin move, drive, baseline, and he's blocked, but puts it back up. And it will be Bigfork basketball underneath as Brady Thornus battles with Cooper Waters for the rebound and off of Loyola. And Epperly will take it out of bounds as Gilliard misses that shot. Logan Gilliard runs in, drains it off the backboard for two, 29-21, 3:15 and counting in the first half. And Hollenbeck in the front court at the top of the key, guarded by Stoltz. Over to Lincoln. Hollenbeck looking to drive, takes out to Burns. Burns right side, three-point shot on the way, rebounded by Brady Thornus. Thornus up to Epperly, up to Clayton Reichenbach. Clayton Reichenbach looking to drive the basketball. Feeds it to Randy Stoltz. Stoltz out to Epperly, top of the key. Epperly looking to drive, pulls back, gives it over to Logan Gilliard on the left side. Three-point shot is good. Splash down for Logan Gilliard for three, 32-21. And the Vikings lead Hollenbeck up to Burns. Hollenbeck, top of the key. Harassed there by Epperly. And whistle blows as Epperly tries to reach in and knock it away. And that'll be Epperly's first and the team's sixth foul. It'll be Loyola basketball here on the near side with 2:31 to go and 32-21 the Vikings lead the Rams on the Harvest Food scoreboard. Burns in to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck far left side to Lincoln to Haffey. Haffey with the basketball, harassed there by Gilliard. And nowhere to go with it. Nearly stolen by out to Hollenbeck. Jack Lincoln looking to drive, feeds it to Cooper Waters. Waters tries to dunk it, misses the dunk totally. Puts it back up, and Brady Thornus with the rebound for Bigfork. And Epperly looking to drive, takes it all the way in, feeds Brady Thornus. Thornus up for two for the Vikings. And 34-21. And Bigfork will take a timeout with just under 2 minutes to go to halftime. 1:59, and the Vikings lead the Rams 34-21 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. We'll take a short break and be right back for the rest of the first half. All right, welcome back. 1:59 to go here till halftime. Vikings lead 34-21, inbounded to Hollenbeck for Loyola in the backcourt. He'll bring it up across the timeline for Loyola. Stoltz guarding him at the top of the key, feeds it over to Lincoln right side. Lincoln looking down, feeds it out to Hollenbeck, over to Burns on the left side. Lincoln, and stolen away, knocked away by Epperly, and Thorness will come up with it. Epperly up to Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach looking to drive the baseline up and is fouled on the drive to the basket by Colton Reichenbach. Pump fakes that three-point shot, gets the guy in the air and drives right back by him and will take it to the free throw line to shoot two. That's the first foul, number 15, Cooper Waters. Clayton will get two shots. First one off the back of rim and no good. Ryan Terrell returning for Loyola, as well as number 13, Jaden Job for the Rams. And 1:33 to go, and Clayton will get another shot for Bigfork. Shot up and on the way, it is good, bottom of the net, 35-21, 1:33 to go. Hollenbeck in the backcourt with the basketball for Loyola. Brings it up the right side, throws in the corner to Terrell, stolen away by Bigfork. Logan Gilliard all the way, jump shot, pulls up and off the rim and no good. Rebounded by Terrell. Hollenbeck, right side. He takes it right to the middle. And right there, Lincoln takes it up and under. He uses the basket to guard it from getting blocked. 35-23, 1 minute to go. Here till halftime, Epperly across the timeline in the front court. Feeds it to Stoltz, right side. Back to Epperly, top of the key. Logan Gilliard, elbow right, elbow up. Misses it, but Brady Thorne is coming to rebound out to Stoltz. Epperly, three-point shot of the way. Splash down. Nothing out of it by Epperly. 38-23 and 45 seconds going. And Hollenbeck feeds it over to Job. Hollenbeck over to Jack Lincoln on the drive. Lincoln dumps it off to Terrell. And foul on the floor. It'll be 1-1. Logan Gilliard's first and seventh team foul. Ryan Terrell will go to line to shoot a 1-1 for Loyola. As number 15, Cooper Waters, returns for the Rams. So Epperly, Stoltz, Gilliard, Thorness, and Clayton Reichenbach in the game. Misses it. Brady comes up with the rebound. 30 seconds and counting. And Bigfork will hold for one more shot. The last shot here in the first half. Feeds it over to Stoltz, right side. Loyola looking to trap. Held ball. Possession belongs to Bigfork. I'm not sure what Randy was doing there. Got thrown over to him, got tied up. So Epperly will take it out of bounds with 19.5 to go. Feeds it into Clayton Reichenbach. Gives it to Epperly. Hollenbeck guarding Epperly. Over to Stoltz. Stoltz feeds it over to Gilliard, right side. Stoltz over to Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach on the drive. Tipped away by Loyola. It'll remain Bigfork basketball, and 5.1 to go here till halftime. And the Vikings leading 38-23 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Gilliard to take it out with 5.1. Beware of the guy that's coming out of bounds. Pops up a three, off the rim, and no good. Brady comes up with the rebound, but can't get it back up. That'll run out the first half. This ball game with the Bigfork Vikings leading the Loyola Rams 38-23 at halftime on your Harvest Food scoreboard from Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center at Loyola High School. I'll get your halftime stats and be back with you momentarily from Loyola. 406-270-7384. Nice ball game by the Vikings here going on. We'll be back momentarily with your halftime stats and the second half of the Vikings and the Rams from Loyola and Missoula, Montana. All right, welcome back to Missoula, Montana. Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center at Loyola Sacred Heart High School. And the Vikings leading at halftime on your Harvest Foods of Bigfork scoreboard, 38-23, so a 15-point lead. It was tied after the first quarter, 17-15, but the Vikings hit some big shots, played some great defense, and adjusted from the first quarter, where Loyola actually hit some threes to bring the game closer. So for Loyola, it's Lincoln has 2, Terrell with 4, 5 by Hollenbeck, a big 3 by him. Burns hit those 2 threes and 1 free throw for 7, 2 by Cooper 5 by Cooper Waters, for a total of 23 at halftime. And I'll give you the Vikings here momentarily. I think she just sent me the information only on let me get those momentarily. I'll get those. For you here at halftime. Logan Gillard having a heck of a ball game. Epperly taking it and using those guys underneath. Hey, you got 5 of you listening from Arizona. I'm not sure who you are, but shout out to you guys. Thanks for listening. And on this ball game as well. So I'll see if I can get those halftime stats. See if I can get Bonnie's attention over there. That's where I'm getting it directly from the scoreboard, so I can get Bigfork stats and give those to you here at halftime. Now I've given away my secret, who is feeding me my statistician. The game is so up and down, it's hard to, I almost need a second guy just to keep stats, but I got Bonnie Tripke over there. And she'll feed those here momentarily. So a great first half by Bigfork. They got to keep it up here in the second half. And we'll check those for you. Once again, it's James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of the Vals, 406-270. I want to thank you for joining the broadcast from Missoula, Loyola. And I'll have those momentarily. The Vikings, first half, they came out strong, and then Loyola hit 3 threes to get back in the ball game. But Bigfork took care of business. They adjusted their defense a little bit, not giving up those wide open threes to Burns and Hollenbeck, and forcing Loyola to take some tough shots. And Bigfork getting out and running as they're getting the rebounds and playing great defense here in the second quarter to take that 15-point lead. Here we go. At halftime, it's Epperly with 10. Clayton Reichenbach on 3 of 4 free throw shooting. And the layup as 5, 4 for Randy Stoltz, 4 for Brady Thornus coming off the bench. A strong game for Brady as Colton got in foul trouble early with 2, so Brady stepped it up. Logan Gillard leading the way. 8 in the first quarter and 7 in the second, with 15 already for Logan Gillard. So a great first half by the Vikings, and we'll be underway here momentarily. Stick around for the second half. Let me know if you can hear me. You're listening. I know people from Arizona, from Georgia, back at Bigfork, all listening to this ball game. If they couldn't be here, a few more fans, quite a few Bigfork fans down here to catch this game. I know last year when we played on Saturday, it was absolutely packed on both sides, by being a Tuesday night here before Christmas. And if I didn't wish you Merry Christmas, I do now. Merry Christmas to all of you out there. Happy New Year. And thanks for listening. We'll be back momentarily with the second half of the Vikings and the Rams from the Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center in Missoula, Montana. All right, welcome back to Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. Second half ready to kick off, and it will be Loyola basketball to start the second half. A shout out to Coach Tudor's brothers, nieces, and parents down in Arizona listening. Say, go Vikes, appreciate the feed. Thank you for listening and tuning in. We'll have the second half. Lincoln to take it out for Loyola, and we'll be underway. Gilliard, both the Reichenbach twins, Stoltz and Epperle to start for Bigfork. Lincoln, Hollenbeck, Terrell, Waters, and Burns starting for Loyola. Hollenbeck with the ball, top of the key, over to Lincoln, back to Hollenbeck, inside to Terrell, blocked by Clinton Reichenbach on Lincoln, feeds it over to Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach looking to drive, feeds it out. Randy Stoltz in the corner, Olga Gilliard, three-point shot on the way, just short, and Gilliard goes after it. Lincoln with the rebound. Hollenbeck up the left side for Loyola. So nice defense. Lincoln cutting toward the basket, blocked again by Reichenbach, and out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball as Lincoln tries to save it, and shot nearly blocked again by Reichenbach. Inbound to Epperle. Epperle in the backcourt, 7:30 to go, and Epperle with the basketball brings it across in the front court for the Vikes over to back to Epperle. Right side Stoltz, top of the key to Epperle. Epperle looking. Colton Reichenbach on the left side. Feeds it underneath. Clayton Reichenbach, turnaround jumper. Good for the Vikings, 40-23. Hollenbeck with the basketball in the front court. Top of the key. Feeds it over to Lincoln, left side. Lincoln looking to drive. Feeds it underneath Terrell. Terrell steps out. Shoots a left hand and no good. And battling underneath is Waters with Clayton Reichenbach. And he's going to be fouled by Colton Reichenbach. And that'll be Colton's third and first team on the Vikings here in the second half. And Waters, basket's good. Go to the line for one more. Makes it, completes the three-point play. 40-26, 6:50 go. 6 to go. Stoltz up the right side with the basketball. Front court. It's across. Finds Colton Reichenbach. Down in the corner. Feeds it to Epperle. Epperle off of Hollenbeck and out of bounds. It'll remain Bigfork basketball. 6:44 to go here in the third quarter, and the Vikings up by 14 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. And substitution. It is Jaden Job checking in for Loyola. Colton Reichenbach inbound. Nearly off the Gilliard saves it back in bounds to Colton Reichenbach. Out to Stoltz, top of the key. Clayton on the left side. Epperle posting up. Hollenbeck up to the top of the league. Gilliard. Gilliard with the basketball, top of the key. Feeds it to Epperle, right side. Epperle looking to drive on Hollenbeck. Over to Colton Reichenbach. Fakes the three. Gonna feed it out to Clayton at the top of the key. Clayton looking for Epperle, and a foul on Hollenbeck as he holds Epperle from getting the basketball. It'll be the second foul on Hollenbeck and first team foul on Loyola here in the second half. Epperle taking it inbounds. Logan Gilliard, top of the key, feeds Colton Reichenbach, three-point shot in the way, no good. And rebounded by Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck up the key, trying to cross over Stoltz right there. Terrell over to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck, top of the key, feeds it to Job. Job back to Hollenbeck, top of the key. Stoltz right on Hollenbeck. Terrell, left side, back to Hollenbeck, way out there. Job underneath the Waters. Waters gives it to Lincoln. Lincoln tries to go up, stolen away by Gilliard, feeds it up to Stoltz, stolen by Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck is going to drive it all the way. Left-handed floater, no good. And Gilliard with a long rebound, stolen away as it tries to get it out. Lincoln with the basketball, shoots it up. Gilliard with the rebound, gets it out to Epperly. As Gilliard, that first rebound, tried to get it out to Stoltz on the run. Clayton Reichenbach for the three-point line, no good. And Randy Stoltz going to get called for the foul on the rebound as Hollenbeck comes up with it. And that will be Stoltz. Second team foul, and a 30-second timeout will be called. And it'll be called by Bigfork with 5:20 to go here in the third quarter. And the Vikings leading 40-26 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Once again, also shout out to His Biz, Hoagie Hogan, paint and renovate, www.hisbiz.us, specializing in paint and renovate of exterior, interior, both residential and commercial projects. His Biz also does snow removal. You can contact them at 270-1998 or www.hisbiz.us. Loyola basketball, Job underneath, will inbound to Hollenbeck on the far end. On the right side, hitting right to left is Loyola. The Vikings heading left to right. Inbound, Hollenbeck. Down to Terrell on the left side, back out to Hollenbeck. Over to Job. Job looking underneath, back out to Hollenbeck. Over to Terrell. Terrell looking to drive. And bumps Stoltz. And Terrell will pick up the second foul on Randy Stoltz. And third team foul on Bigfork here to start the second half. Job underneath for Loyola. Takes it out. And Epperly tries to steal it, bumps Hollenbeck, and will be called for the foul. That'll be the second one on Epperly, and the fourth team foul on the Vikings. Inbound to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck, top of the key. Over to Job. Job passes to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck to Job. Job, three-point shot on the way is good for Loyola. The three-point ball keeping those guys in. Inbound, Clayton Reichenbach to Gilliard. Back to Epperly. Epperly with the basketball. 40-29, 4:50 and counting. Epperly, top of the key. Surveys things, settles things down. The senior. Right side against Hollenbeck. Feeds it. Brady Thornus in the ball game. Down to Logan Gilliard down low. Take it Terrell. Turn around, jumper by Logan Gilliard. Baseline jumper is good for about 12 feet. Hollenbeck on the drive. Takes it up. Terrell trying to drive in. Cut off. Job, three-point shot is short. Partially blocked by Clayton Reichenbach. They're going to call it for a foul. And that'll be the third on Clayton and the fifth team foul. And Loyola will call timeout before Jaden Job will shoot three for Loyola. Team fouls in the second half, 5 against Bigfork, only 1 against Loyola. The Vikings lead the Rams 42-29 with 4:21 to go on your Harvest Food scoreboard from Sister Reader Mudd Activity Center here in Missoula, Montana. So the three-point shot has really kept Loyola in this ball game. And Vikings trying to do a good job as they move the ball around and able to put in the threes. So it will be Job to shoot 3 free throws as he was fouled on the three-point shot. Cleaning up a little bit of water on the far side in front of the bench of Loyola. Job steps to the free throw line, and he'll get 3 off the rim and no good on the first one. Shot number 2. Drains that one, and he'll get 1 more for Job. Up and good, makes 2 of 3. And Epperly will take it out of bounds, feeds it into Stoltz. Back to Epperly, 42-31, 4:20 and counting. as the Vikings lead on the Harvest Food scoreboard. Epperly across the timeline, over to Clayton Reichenbach, left side. Epperly underneath. Brady Thornus on the right side, looking underneath. Back to Epperly, looking for Gilliard on the left side. Gilliard looking underneath, finds it to Stoltz. Stoltz makes a nice athletic play to jump up and grab that one. Epperly, top of the key. And Epperly feeds it to Clayton Reichenbach, packing it in. Epperly will drive up and no good as Lincoln gets the rebound out to Terrell. Terrell looking to drive right down the middle. Here he comes. Takes it to the basket. No good. And Logan Gilliard comes up with the rebound. Fighting off Jack Lincoln. Epperly the basketball. Brings it to front court. Over to Clayton Reichenbach. Underneath to Brady Thornus. Thornus going to work. Up and over the top. Brady Thornus for two. And quickly, Job up the court from Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck looking to drive over to the left side. Lincoln back to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck, long three on the way. No good. And Cooper Waters gets the rebound, puts it back up and in. And he'll go to the free throw line to try to complete the and one. And that's the fourth foul on Clayton Reichenbach. And Colton, his brother, will replace him with 3:11 to go here in the third quarter, and the Vikings leading by 11, 44-33 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Second shot up and good. Make it 44-34. Vikings up by 10. They were up 15 at halftime, and Loyola's cut into that lead with a couple three-point plays. Epperly, front court. Stoltz, right side, looking down the corner. Colton Reichenbach. And Reichenbach's going to be bumped to the baseline, and the foul is going to be called on Loyola. And that'll be on Lincoln, Jack Lincoln, his first and second team foul on Loyola. And Bigfork underneath with Gilliard. Gilliard to Colton Reichenbach, back to Gilliard. Gilliard looking to turn around and jump it. Out to Epperly, right side, up to Colton Reichenbach. Backdoor feed from Epperly for two. For the Vikings, 46-34. Hollenbeck, left side of the key. Hollenbeck, the basketball, feeds it over to Job, a little bit too high. Job catches it, unbelievable, three-point shot, no good. Colton Reichenbach with the rebound, Epperly with the basketball, 2:30 and counting. Into the front court is Epperly. Epperly over to Stoltz. Stoltz looking for Brady in the middle. Back out to Epperly, top of the key. Colton Reichenbach feeds it to Logan Gilliard. Gilliard up and under, off the backboard, no good, but Brady Thornus right there having a monster game, but misses the shot and brought down by Terrell. Terrell out to Lincoln. Lincoln over to Hollenbeck. Tried to fill it to Job in the corner, but the defense recovered. Jack Lincoln on the drive. And Lincoln just throws it up, and Brady Thornus is right there, but fouls him on the play. And Lincoln will go to the line to shoot two. First shot up and good for Lincoln. Number 11, Charles Burns returning along with number 34, Liam Haffey for Loyola. And shot number two on the way by Jack Lincoln. It's good. 46-36, 10-point lead by Bigfork. 2 minutes and counting to go here in the third quarter. And the Vikings up by 10 on the Harvest Food scoreboard. Excuse me. Gilliard. Randy Stoltz underneath, up and no good. And Brady Thornus battling there for Lincoln for the rebound. And they're going to call a foul, the second foul on Brady Thornus. And it's 8 fouls to 2 team fouls, and that'll put Loyola in the 1-1 as Hollenbeck returns for Loyola. So Thornus, Stoltz, Colton Reichenbach, Logan Gilliard, Epperly in for Bigfork. Jack Lincoln's first shot on the way, gets the bonus. Terrell, Haffey, Hollenbeck, and Burns in. And Jeffrey Twite looking to check in for Loyola for the shooter, Lincoln. Shot on the way by Lincoln is good. And Twite will replace Lincoln with 1:45 to go, and Loyola within 8 here in the third quarter. Epperly to take it out of bounds underneath. Logan Gilliard dribbling across the timeline in the front court, guarded by Terrell. Gilliard gives it up to Stoltz. Stoltz looking to drive right on the right, takes it up strong. Oh, and off the rim and no good. Hollenbeck with the rebound, driving it up the middle. Stops at the free throw line, pops, and is good for two by Hollenbeck. Epperly inbounded from Gilliard. And Loyola will back up as Bigfork leads 46-40 with 1:15 and counting here in the third quarter. Epperly top of the key for Bigfork. Looking to drive it on Hollenbeck. Brady Thornus forced it in there, took it away by number 12, Twite. And it looked like Colton Reichenbach was set. And Burns just runs him over. They call a blocking foul. That's the fourth foul on Colton Reichenbach. And he's replaced by 23, Levi Taylor. And at the line, Burns will shoot two, misses the first one. 1:01 to go here in the third quarter. And the Vikings leading 46-40 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Taylor in the ballgame, makes the second shot by Burns, 46-41. Gilliard inbounding to Stoltz. And fouled in the backcourt by number 11, Charles Burns, with 58.8 to go. That's a third team foul, second on Burns. And they get the ball to Epperly, and they back up. Hollenbeck trying to guard Epperly. Twite steps in front, and Epperly hits him, and they call a player control foul on Epperly. It looks like the same call, called differently on each end. 51.3, 46-41. Vikings lead shrinks to 5 here in the third quarter. Burns, top of the key, over to Hollenbeck. Out to Twite. Twite with the basketball, over to Burns. Off, no good. And knocked off of Haffey by Logan Gilliard. It'll be Bigfork basketball. Number 22, Bucky Crippen. Bucky Crippen will come in the ball game for Loyola. And Epperly will take it out of bounds into Thornus. Back to Epperly. Epperly driving, taking it on to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck over to Levi Taylor underneath the Logan Gilliard. Gilliard spin move, jump shot. Oh, in and out, no good. It'll go to the free throw line and get 2 shots with Logan Gilliard, who's had a heck of a ball game. 15 in the first half. And Gilliard will go to the line to get 2 as the foul's on number 2. Ryan Terrell, his third. Gilliard will hit the first. And Terrell will go out. Cooper Waters returning for Loyola with 24.1 to go here in the third quarter. Gilliard at the free throw line. Second one on the way is good. Nothing but net. 48-41, 23 seconds. And I suspect Loyola will hold for the last shot as Hollenbeck brings it across the timeline, and Coach Eddie Stack called out a play for Loyola in the corner. To Twite. Trapped. Twite, three-point shot on the way is good for Loyola. And Epperly with 5 seconds will come down. Epperly's shot on the way. It looked like he was fouled there by Hollenbeck, but no call. So the Vikings lead shrinks as Loyola's already in the double bonus, and the Vikings are not in the bonus yet. 3 quarters complete, the Vikings lead 48-44 on your Harvest Foods, a Bigfork scoreboard. We'll be back with the fourth quarter momentarily from Loyola. All right, folks, welcome back to a heck of a ball game. The Vikings led at 15 at halftime and dwindled their lead down to 4 as Loyola hit some big threes and made some three-point plays. And Bigfork got to get back at it. A heck of a ball game early in the season here in December. The 5th game for both teams unbeaten on the year. So Bigfork get the basketball to start the 4th quarter. Gilliard inbounds to Epperly. Stoltz, Colton and Clayton Reichenbach. Randy Stoltz, Epperly, and Gilliard in the ball game. Colton on the left side looks for Epperly. Epperly going to take and abuse Hollenbeck. Up and under, count the bucket by the senior Epperly on a nice up and under move on Hollenbeck. And Epperly would go to the line to complete the and one. Yeah, that's the 3rd foul. Check that, the first foul. Or check, no, they change it. 3rd foul on Hollenbeck and 15th foul. Epperly misses it off the back of the rim and no good. Terrell gets it to Lincoln, to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck across the timeline for Loyola. Over to Lincoln. Lincoln out to Hollenbeck. Looking for Burns, right side. Terrell for the basketball. Over to Lincoln, too high by Jack Lincoln, and Lincoln is 6'4", so just overthrew it a little bit. Bigfork basketball in the front court is Stoltz on the right side. Pressure by Terrell. Out, Randy Stoltz standing on the right side, wide open. Feeds it out to Clayton Reichenbach. Reichenbach, top of the key. Feeds it to Stoltz. Stoltz looking to get it into Epperly. Randy Stoltz jumper off the backboard, no good. 50-44, Vikings lead with 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Burns out to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck looking to drive on Stoltz. Puts it up. Blocked there by Reichenbach. And Jack Lincoln gets kicked off by Hollenbeck. And it'll be Bigfork basketball as Epperly will take the ball out underneath for Bigfork into Stoltz. Stoltz looking to Epperly. Epperly left side with the basketball. Epperly looks over. Colton Reichenbach on the right side. Looking to drive is Colton. Looks underneath. Feeds it to Logan Gilliard deep on the right side. Gilliard guarded by Terrell. Logan Gilliard up and was pushed, but rebound brought down by Clayton Reichenbach. Epperly on the right side. He got a mismatch. Logan Gilliard, 3-point shot as Hollenbeck flies away. Free splash down for Logan Gilliard. Burns, right side. Jack Lincoln looking to drive, throws out his arm. Hollenbeck, top of the key, is off the rebound, no good. And Stoltz feeds it up to Epperly. Epperly going to drive all the way. Terrell backs off Epperly with a 2-point basket, 55-44 with 5:55 to go. And the Vikings lead on the Harvest Food scoreboard. Burns into Lincoln. Lincoln turns around by Reichenbach, misses the layup. Gilliard gets the rebound on a nice job by Logan Gilliard. And Epperly with the basketball will bring it across the timeline. So the Vikings stretch the lead back out to 11 after being up by only 5. Colton Reichenbach, left side. Epperly looking to drive. And they're going to call traveling on Epperly. And it'll be turned over to Loyola. 5:29, 55-44. Vikings lead the Rams on the Harvest Food scoreboard. Burns into Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck will bring it up slowly across the timeline for Hollenbeck. Feeds it over to Terrell. Terrell on the left side. Out to Burns. Burns, top of the key, feeds it to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck on the drive floater. No good, but Lincoln with the rebound. And Logan Gilliard and Jack Lincoln battling for it. And it'll be held ball. And the possession arrow belongs to Loyola. And Brady Thorness will return for Colton Reichenbach into the lineup with 5:08 to go. And the Vikings leading by 11. Lincoln to take it out underneath for Loyola. Lincoln nearly stolen away. A loose ball as Lincoln tries to put up, misses the basket, and on the rebound, trying to fight for the loose ball. That's 5 fouls on Clayton Reichenbach. Foul out. Great job by Clayton, one of the twins. And Loyola will be in a double bonus situation as Cooper Waters will go to the line and shoot 2 for Loyola. They're in the double bonus the rest of the way. Vikings not even in the bonus yet, as there's only 5 team fouls against Loyola with 5:04 to go, and Vikings leading 55-44. And Waters' second shot on the way is good. Gilliard into Epperly in the backcourt. And they're going to put the pressure on over to Gilliard on the left side. Left side, back to Epperly. Epperly's going to cross into the front court, feeds it over to Reichenbach. Out to Gilliard. Gilliard to Stoltz. Over to Epperly. Epperly, right side, nearly loses it. Feeds it, look to drive. And Epperly, basket nearly goes in. And the foul is going to be called on Ryan Terrell, looks like. And that's the 4th foul on Ryan Terrell. And Epperly will go to the line and shoot 2, as that basket nearly went in and a chance for a 3-point play, but he'll have to earn it at the stripe with 2 free throws. First one on the way by Epperly is good. 56-45, 4:45 left in the ball game. And returning for Loyola, Liam Haffey will replace Ryan Terrell, who goes out with 4 personals. Epperly will get another one for Bigfork. Second shot on the way off, but Brady Thorness is right there and over the back of Jack Lincoln. So Brady battling on the boards. He's doing a great job tonight for the Vikings. It gets called for the foul there. It'll be his 4th. And Levi Taylor, the freshman, will have to come back in, and he'll replace Brady Thorness. And at the line for 2 shots was Jack Lincoln with 4:44 to go. Lincoln's first shot is good. He'll get one more. And number 12, Jeffrey Twite replaces Charles Burns for Loyola. And Lincoln will get one more for the Rams. Shot up and on the way is good. Gilliard takes it out, gets it into Stoltz on the right side. Randy Stoltz. And Randy Stoltz looks like he twisted his ankle trying to go up the right side and pushed by Lincoln, but they call Randy stepping out of bounds and turn over to Loyola. Stoltz hobbling over there, and Bigfork will take a 1-minute full timeout here. 56-47, 4:40 to go in this ball game. The Vikings lead the Rams from Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. We'll be back with the rest of the 4th quarter momentarily. All right, welcome back. 56-47, Vikings lead. Lincoln and Burns, Waters, Hollenbeck, and Haffey. For the Vikings, Colton Reichenbach, Levi Taylor, Logan Gilliard, Randy Stoltz, and Anders Epperly in the ballgame for Bigfork. Over to Waters, out top, Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck looking to drive, gives it up to Lincoln. Lincoln to Hollenbeck. He's at the top of the key for Loyola. Feeds it over to Lincoln. Lincoln looking to drive. Taylor right there to guard him. Out to Hollenbeck on the right side. Over to Lincoln. Lincoln not going to shoot that 3. Over to Charles Burns. He'll shoot under Haffey. Looking to drive. Feeds Waters wide open underneath. And on the 4, Hollenbeck throws it up with the left hand. And as good as it comes up, the loose ball inbound. Reichenbach to Epperly, guarded by Hollenbeck. Randy to Epperly. Back out to Randy Stoltz to Epperly. Epperly looking under there for Logan Gilliard. Guarded by Hollenbeck. Over to Stoltz. Colton Reichenbach. Stoltz gives it to Logan Gilliard. Logan Gilliard pumps up the three, off the rim, falls in for three by Logan Gilliard. 59-49, 3:24 and counting. Hollenbeck over to Charles Burns, looked to shoot the three. Lincoln underneath, throws it to Waters. Waters wide open underneath as help defense came into Epperly. Epperly in the backcourt, 59-51, 3 minutes to go. Epperly across the timeline, guarded by Hollenbeck. What's up? Lincoln behind him, feeds it over to Levi Taylor, out to Logan Gilliard. Logan Gilliard over to Stoltz on the right side of the wing. Stoltz top of the key, Levi Taylor. Over to Randy Stoltz. Out to Epperly. Epperly at the top of the key, guarded by Hollenbeck. And that'll be, should put him in 1-on-1. That foul is on number 5. The fourth personal on Jacob Hollenbeck. That'll put the Vikings in the bonus. Shooting at 1-on-1 will be Anders Epperly. With 2:45 to go. Epperly's first shot is good. 60-51 in your Harvest Foods scoreboard. 2:45 to go in the ball game. And Epperly will get one more. He'll get the bonus shot in the 1-on-1. Shot up. Nothing but twine. And timeout will be called by Loyola. A 10-point lead by Bigfork with 2:45 to go. 61-51. The Vikings lead the Rams. On your Harvest Foods scoreboard, a full timeout. We'll be back for the rest of this ball game from Loyola. Thanks for joining me. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Viking Vals from Missoula, Montana, as the Vikings are taking on the Rams. Be back momentarily. All right, welcome back to Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. 2:45 to go, inbounded to Burns. Across the timeline, Burns atop the key to Lincoln. Lincoln over to Hollenbeck. Hollenbeck looks for Burns for the three-point shot into Lincoln. Lincoln on the drive, up and under, feeds it up to Burns. Three-point shot on the way is good by Charles Burns into Epperly. That's what has kept Loyola in the ball game. And a long pass from Epperly all the way down to Colton Reichenbach. He takes it to basket, but he's fouled there by number 34, Liam Haffey. His first and 18th foul. So Colton Reichenbach will go to the line shooting a 1-on-1. And Brady Thornus will return for Bigfork. And Ryan Terrell will return for Loyola, both with 4 personals. And Colton at the line. Shot missed, but Logan Gilliard grabs the rebound, and he's fouled by Jacob Hollenbeck. And if that's Jacobs, I believe that is his 5th. That is Hollenbeck's 5th personal. So Hollenbeck is done as Gilliard goes up between 2 of them to grab the rebound, and Twite. Jeffrey Twite will come back in the ball game, and Gilliard at the line, shooting a 1-on-1 as there's only 19 fouls against Loyola. So Gilliard needs to drain these. 2:20 to go. Gilliard's first shot on the way. Nothing but twine. 62-54. 2:20 to go. Vikings lead on your Harvest Foods scoreboard. One more for Gilliard. On the way is good. Terrell, inbound to Burns. Burns, Lincoln, Twite, and Waters. Epperly, Stoltz, Colton Reichenbach, Thornus, and Gilliard in for Bigfork. Twite, top of the key for Loyola, looking to force it in to Terrell. Terrell's going to drive, shot up off the rim. Jack Lincoln tips it up. Cooper Waters underneath. Gets a rebound, puts it up, but fouled there by Logan Gilliard. That is Gilliard's second. And to the line to shoot two is Cooper Waters. As Lincoln went back up, shot it, it bounced over the rim, and Waters able to grab the rebound and put it back up, but no good. Waters' first shot off the front of the rim, and no good. 2:01 to go, 63-54. And both teams will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Shot on the way by Waters is good. 63-55. Gilliard inbounds to Epperly. Loyola looking to trap. Colton Reichenbach over to Stoltz on the right side. Feeds it down, Brady Thornus. And Lincoln will foul Thornus to put him at the free throw line. And Brady will get to shoot two, as that is the 10th team foul and the second on Jack Lincoln. 1:52 to go, 63-55. And Brady Thornus at the line for the Vikings to shoot two. First shot up and on the way, off the rim by Thornus, and no good. He'll get one more. Brady got the basketball. Up, this shot looks better. Off the rim, backboard, and good. 64-55 into Burns. Burns top of the key, guarded by Epperly. Over to Lincoln on the right side, guarded by Gilliard. Twite by Stoltz. Gilliard. Burns, and Burns with Logan Gilliard breathing down his neck, travels. It'll be Bigfork basketball underneath with 1:40 to go. Gilliard will inbound to Epperly. Looking to break the press. Off of Burns' foot, out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball. 1:35, 64-55. The Vikings lead the Rams on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Gilliard will take it out on the near side. Feed it to Epperly. Epperly up to Stoltz, right side in the front court. Back to Epperly. Epperly being fouled by Burns and Lincoln. And Epperly would go to the line to shoot two for the Vikings. 1:27 to go. 64-55. Epperly to shoot two for the Vikes. First one, nothing but Twine. Up by 10 with 1:27 to go. Epperly gets one more. On the way, it's good. And Bigfork will take a 30-second timeout as they lead 66-55 with 1:27 to go on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Again, shout out to Marcus Balgos and Harvest Foods, along with His Biz, for sponsoring this game. Hoagie Hogan and His Biz helping me bring in this game from Loyola. A heck of a ball game. Loyola, basically, they kept themselves in the ball game by hitting a bunch of threes, but I haven't hit any threes lately, so it'll be Bigfork, which leads 66-55 on those two made free throws by Epperly, and Loyola will take the basketball out. Jacob Jobe tried to check in. He can't check in after the 30-second or 15-second buzzer. That's why he has to sit in the sideline. Twite, Lincoln, Terrell, Waters, and Burns. Terrell on the drive, looking to drive up and under. Nice move there by Lincoln for two. Scramble for the ball underneath as he tried to inbound to Epperly. Loyola steals it. And Burns goes on the ground, and Eddie Stack calls a timeout before Bigfork is able to tie it up. 1:11 to go, 66-57. The Vikings lead here in Loyola at Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. Bigfork cheerleaders and cheer studs are here cheering on a school night, Tuesday night before Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all you guys out there. Thanks for tuning in. And Zoe Richter flying through the air. And it'll be Loyola's basketball underneath. Stoltz, Thorness, Epperly, Colton Reichenbach, Gilliard for Bigfork. And Burns will take it out of bounds for Loyola. Underneath on the far side, out to Twite. Twite, three-point shot on the way, no good. Lincoln with the rebound, blocked by Logan Gilliard from behind. And the foul is going to be called on number 15, Brady Thorness. That is his 5th. Nice ball game there by Brady. And Levi Taylor will have to come in and replace him. Checking in, Jaden Job will replace, excuse me, Jeffrey Dwight will replace Jaden Job. Lincoln at the line, and 2 free throws with 1:05 to go. Lincoln's first shot on the way, off the rim and no good. It is a double bonus, they get 2 shots. One more for Lincoln. Shot on the way. Gets tired. Rebound. Terrell gets the rebound up and under. Blocked there by Gilliard. No good. He gives it to Epperly. Epperly with the basketball being chased by all of those Rams. Epperly gets out around it. Feeds it up. Stolen by Terrell. And Twite gets in front of Epperly. They're going to call a player control foul on Epperly. And number 13, Jaden Job, will replace Twite. And Terrell will take it out of bounds for Loyola with 53.2 to go. And the Vikings up by 9. Backdoor to Terrell, feeds it to Cooper Waters, stolen away by Levi Taylor, the freshman for Bigfork. And pass intended underneath him. Taylor just steps right in front, and Levi will go to the line to shoot 2. That is the 4th personal foul on Lincoln. And Taylor at the line to shoot 2 for Bigfork. Shot on the way off the backboard, off the rim and no good. Pressure-packed 4th quarter situation for the freshman Taylor. He'll get another one. Just relax and put it in right there. And he sinks it. Up by 10, 67-57, 45 to go. Burns to Job. Burns looking for Terrell. Over to Lincoln. Lincoln looking to drive. Guarded by Gilliard. And blocked by Colton Reichenbach. Terrell with the rebound. And up and good is Terrell. Coming up the loose ball as Reichenbach blocks it. Terrell comes up with that loose ball, throws it up, and it goes in. 67-59, 31.2 to go. And number 12, Jeffrey Twite, will come in for defense for Loyola as Ryan Terrell will go to line to shoot 1. Free throw falls. Colton Reichenbach will inbound it. Inbound to Levi Taylor. Taylor fouled immediately by Jeffrey Twite. 30 seconds to go. And the Vikes up by 7, 67-60. This is going to be a 3 free throw fest the rest of the way. It looks like as Eddie Stack of Loyola trying to extend this ball game as long as possible. The Vikings just need to make their free throws down the stretch to seal this ball game. Levi Taylor back to the line. He made his last one. He'll get 2 more right here in the double bonus, does the freshman Taylor. Shot looks good, up and on the way, off the backboard, front of the rim, and no good. And Job will come back in for Loyola for offensive reasons. And Levi Taylor will get another free throw. This one looks good, on the way, in and out. Lincoln with a rebound, feeds it up to Job. Job throwing up a three-point play, way short. Colton Reichenbach comes up with it, knocked out of bounds by Lincoln. It'll be Bigfork basketball, 23.1 to go. And Twite to return. And checking in for Bigfork, number 11. Trey Christians will check in for Bigfork. Epperly to take it out of bounds for the Vikings. Epperly dribbling it up, hounded by Twite. Twite tried to foul him, finally does, and Burns slides into him. Pretty much once Epperly gets that basketball, he's not giving it up. You know, he wants to foul, go to the free throw line. Probably not if not the best, one of the best free throw shooters for Bigfork. First shot up and splash for Anders Epperly, 68-60, 15.7 to go. Christian, Stoltz, Gilliard. Reichenbach, Colton misses the second one, does Epperly. 14 seconds and counting. Burns with a long three-point shot, hits it. Epperly gets it in from Gilliard and be fouled right away by Charles Burns as Burns hits the three-point shot. 6.7 to go. The Vikings lead 68-63. It is definitely a two-possession game. And Epperly gets 2 shots, can make it a 3-possession game if he sinks both of these. First one's good. 69-63. And Coach Sam Tudor will take a full timeout with 6.7 to plan their strategy down the way. You don't want to foul, or maybe you do. Not with a 6-point lead, especially if a 7-point lead. 7-point lead would be 2 possessions for Loyola to get back in this. The Vikings trying to wrap this up. 69-63 with 6.7 to go on your Harvest Food scoreboard from the Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center, Missoula, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals, with you. Happy to bring you this ball game. A stellar matchup early in the season. I know coming back in January or February, no, it's January, we'll see Loyola up in Bigfork, and it was a heck of a game last year. Epperly's shot on the way. Sinks it. It is a 3-possession game, so no fouls by Bigfork. Charles Burns just let him shoot the 3. Long 3 off the backboard, no good. Lincoln, Colton Reichenbach up, and the basket falls at the buzzer. Your final. And a heck of a win for the Vikings. They moved to 5-0 and unbeaten on the season as the Bigfork Vikings 70. The Loyola Rams 65 in a heck of a ball game here at the Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. I'll try to get you full game stats here momentarily as the Vikings win this one 70-65. Be back momentarily with full game stats if I get those from the stat lady over there. She's taking pictures, so they'll be here momentarily. Be right back. Hey, thanks for those. Welcome back to the Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. I got some full game stats. Thanks to Sam's Tutors family down in Arizona for listening. Thanks for the great compliment. I'll get your full game stats here. Let me see. First of all, she sends me both. And we only care about Bigfork. So anyway, Epperly. Nope, that one won't work. Try to get your full game stats, and I don't have that here. So, oh, here we go. Here we go. I got the right one finally. If I could read this. Epperly. 10 at halftime. So 22 on the game. Clayton Reichenbach. He gets 7. 2 for Colton Reichenbach, 4 for Randy Stoltz. Brady Thornus had a really big game. 7 for him, and at 15 at halftime for Logan Gilliard. 12 in the second half, finishes up with 27 to lead the Vikings over Loyola 70-65. Thanks to Jimmy Fant and his wife, grandparents down in Georgia. Thanks for listening. Great to bring this ball game. Heck of a ball game. A great atmosphere. Almost as good as Bigfork's atmosphere, but they do a nice job down here at Loyola. So a great win for the Vikings, who moved to 5-0. I'm sure we'll see Loyola down the road again in Bigfork, but also when we come to regional time in Ronan. Thanks for joining us. The final from Loyola, Montana. Loyola High School, Missoula, Montana, the Sister Rita Mudd Activity Center. Your final, the Bigfork Vikings 70 and the Loyola Rams 65. Thanks for joining the broadcast. You guys have a great night. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Once again, the Valkyries are in action at home. We won't have that game on the air against Columbia Falls on Thursday, but Saturday, 1, 2:30, and the 4 o'clock game will have the Vikings taking on the Wildcats from Columbia Falls coming up on Saturday. Make sure you tune back and listen to that. Once again, James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes of Vals, thank you. It's been a great evening joining you here on Viking and Valkyrie basketball on BFSD events on YouTube. Thank you and good night.